Ever wondered what the key social skills differences between autism and ADHD are? Welcome to our comprehensive exploration of these two complex neurodevelopmental disorders. In this video, we are going to talk about autism and ADHD, shedding light on their key characteristics while emphasizing their distinct differences. Autism, or Autism Spectrum Disorder, is a condition characterized by challenges with social skills, repetitive behaviors, speech, and nonverbal communication. On the other hand, Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder, commonly known as ADHD, is a brain disorder marked by an ongoing pattern of inattention, hyperactivity, and impulsivity. Although they share some similarities, autism and ADHD are distinct in many ways. The way they manifest in social skills is one of the key differences we'll be highlighting. Understanding these differences is crucial in providing the right support and care to individuals with these conditions. So, are you ready to embark on this enlightening journey with us? Let's dive deeper to understand the intricacies of these two conditions. What exactly is autism, and how does it affect social skills? A question many might have asked themselves upon encountering the term. Autism, or Autism Spectrum Disorder, ASD, is a complex neurodevelopmental condition that influences a person's social interactions, communication skills, and behaviors. It's called a spectrum disorder because the intensity and type of symptoms can vary widely from person to person. People with autism may experience challenges in social communication and interaction. They might struggle with understanding others' emotions or expressing their own, which can make social situations daunting. They may also have repetitive behaviors or intense interests in specific topics, which can sometimes make it difficult for them to engage in typical social activities. However, it's important to debunk some common misconceptions about autism. First and foremost, people with autism are not devoid of emotions or the ability to form relationships. They might process and express emotions differently, but they are fully capable of feeling and caring. And while social interactions can be challenging, many people with autism can and do form meaningful relationships. Another misconception is that all people with autism have the same experiences or symptoms. But remember, autism is a spectrum disorder, meaning symptoms can range from mild to severe and can differ greatly among individuals. For instance, some people might have difficulty with verbal communication, while others might excel in it but struggle with understanding social cues. Autism is not a disease, it's a different way of experiencing the world. With understanding and support, individuals with autism can lead fulfilling lives just like anyone else. It's also crucial to remember that each person with autism is unique, with their own strengths, challenges, and personalities. Autism doesn't define them, it's just one aspect of who they are. Now that we have a better understanding of autism, let's move on to ADHD. What about ADHD? How does it differ from autism? Now let's delve into the world of ADHD, which stands for Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder. It's a neurodevelopmental disorder that affects both children and adults. It's characterized by persistent patterns of inattention, impulsivity, and hyperactivity that interfere with daily functioning or development. People with ADHD might have trouble focusing on one task or sitting still for extended periods of time. They may act without thinking and struggle to follow instructions. This can make school or work challenging, and it can also impact social interactions. Let's consider a child with ADHD at a birthday party. They might struggle to wait their turn during games, or they might impulsively grab a piece of cake before it's time. These behaviors can lead to misunderstandings and strained relationships. It's important to note that everyone can be inattentive or hyperactive at times, but for someone with ADHD, these behaviors are severe, occur more often, and interfere with or reduce the quality of how they function socially, at school, or in a job. Now, there are some common misconceptions about ADHD that we need to address. First, ADHD is not a result of bad parenting or lack of discipline. It's a biological condition that affects the brain's normal development and activity. Second, it's not just a childhood condition. While ADHD often starts in childhood, it can continue into adulthood. And third, not all people with ADHD are hyperactive. Some might be quiet and spacey, not disruptive or bouncing off the walls. So, it's crucial to understand that ADHD, like autism, is not a one-size-fits-all condition. Each person's experience with ADHD can be quite different, shaped by a unique blend of symptoms, severity, and personal circumstances. With this understanding of ADHD, let's compare the social skills differences between the two. So, what are the key social skills differences between autism and ADHD? Autism is primarily characterized by challenges in social interaction and communication. For instance, a child with autism may have difficulty making eye contact, understanding social cues, or expressing their emotions. They may also struggle with initiating and maintaining conversations. This is often due to a different style of processing social information, rather than a lack of desire to engage with others. On the other hand, individuals with ADHD may have no problem initiating conversations, but they might struggle to maintain them. They may interrupt others, have difficulty waiting their turn, or shift from topic to topic without warning. This is often linked to impulsivity and inattention, common symptoms of ADHD. For example, imagine a group of children playing a board game. A child with autism may struggle to join the game, understand the social rules, or interpret the facial expressions of the other children. Meanwhile, a child with ADHD might join the game readily, but may struggle to wait for their turn or stay focused on the game. But it's not just about the challenges. Those with autism often have unique strengths, such as a detailed focus, loyalty, and a high level of expertise in specific areas of interest. Similarly, individuals with ADHD can be incredibly creative, energetic, and able to think outside the box. It's important to remember that these are general observations, and every individual is unique. Not everyone with autism or ADHD will display these exact characteristics. It's also worth noting that these conditions can co-occur, adding another layer of complexity to the social skills differences. Understanding these differences is crucial, but how can we support individuals with these conditions? The answer to this question lies in acknowledging these differences, fostering acceptance, and providing the right support. But that's a topic for our next segment, so stick around as we delve into strategies for support in our next scene. How can we effectively support individuals with autism or ADHD? This question is at the heart of our discussion today. Understanding the unique social skill differences between autism and ADHD is just the first step. The next crucial one is developing supportive strategies that cater to these differences. These strategies are not one-size-fits-all solutions, but they act as a starting point to help you navigate this journey more effectively. Let's talk about some of these strategies. For individuals with autism, a structured environment can provide a sense of safety and predictability. This includes a consistent daily routine and clear rules and expectations. Visual aids, such as charts or schedules, can also be useful in reinforcing this structure. Social stories can be another powerful tool. They can help individuals with autism understand and navigate social situations by breaking them down into manageable steps. These stories can be personalized to the individual's experiences and needs, making them relatable and easy to understand. Now, let's move on to ADHD. One of the most effective strategies is to use positive reinforcement. This involves rewarding good behavior, which encourages its repetition. The reward can be anything from verbal praise to a favorite activity. Another strategy is to break tasks down into smaller, manageable pieces. This can help individuals with ADHD maintain focus and complete tasks more effectively. Both individuals with autism and ADHD can benefit from clear, concise communication. Avoid using figurative language or complex sentences, and instead use simple, direct statements. It's important to recognize that these are not behavioral issues, but differences in how an individual perceives and interacts with the world. These strategies can be applied in real-life situations. Let's take a look at some of them. How can we apply these strategies in real-life situations? Let's consider a few examples. Imagine your child with autism is struggling to maintain eye contact during conversations. By using visual aids or practicing role plays, you can help them gradually get comfortable with this important social skill. Or suppose your child with ADHD has difficulty waiting for their turn during a game. You can create a visual schedule or use a timer to help them understand and manage their waiting time. In a classroom setting, a teacher can use clear, concise instructions and offer frequent breaks to help a student with ADHD stay focused. For a student with autism, providing a predictable routine and using their interests to engage them in learning can be highly beneficial. With these real-life applications, we can better support individuals with autism and ADHD. Remember that every child is unique, and these strategies can be adapted to suit their individual needs and strengths. We've reached the end of our discussion on the differences in social skills between autism and ADHD. It's been quite a journey, hasn't it? Now it's time to put all that knowledge into practice. How can you use what you've learned to improve the life of someone close to you? Think about everyday situations. How can you apply these strategies to support someone with autism or ADHD? Can you recognize the nuances we discussed? If you enjoyed this content and want to keep learning about how to improve the well-being of people with autism and ADHD, subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications. And don't miss our next video, Autism on the Rise: What's Behind the Increase? It can help you better understand the rise in autism diagnoses. So, are you ready to take the next step? Let's go on this journey together.